And you can even like power Apple sort of on the second half.
Appos are shit, right? Now they're much worse than they used to be.
So
For
that's
Kaz's,
true.
yeah.
Appos now for saving a dead player are a lot worse, but they're good for obviously badly hurts and KOs.
Dead.
Yeah. No, I've had that in one of my tabletop leagues. Played Slan with the Croxigor. Croxigor rolled dead, had an Apo, rolled dead again.
Yep.
Some things don't change.
Especially if they got a niggle, that makes the dead chance even higher.
Yeah.
It's almost, if they got a niggle, it's also almost worth not Apoing them and just accepting what Apo happens, isn't it? Now, because of the.
It depends on how they're built.
Isn't it, to injury?
It's interesting. So niggles might actually affect gameplay choices.
Yeah, they don't affect removals, but they affect the permanent.
They only affect casualty.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but they do affect your Apo choice.
Yes, absolutely.
So,
they can.
For sure.
If the niggle pushes an an MNG into something worse, or pushes a badly hurt into an MNG, your choice about whether you Apo them is different, and therefore it does affect the game, right?
Yep,
I mean,
it could.
definitely, it makes it less likely that you're gonna use the Apo on that player.
Apo is so bad nowadays that if you get an MNG, it's probably not worth Apoing at all. It's just basically.
Oh no, definitely not. Yeah, never out Apo. MNG is like the most likely thing now. Like it's
So the only time,
third.
yeah, I mean, if your best player got MNG'd in a final game, then maybe you'd Apo it, but otherwise, you're not going to use the Apo.
Yeah.
What's interesting is that regen, in some ways, because of the way that niggling works now, regen kind of got slightly better compared to the Apo, because now regen is still the same, right? But it's not affected by the niggle like the Apo.
Yeah. Regen got much better, not just because of the Apo, but also just because the 50% of worse results is better, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's because the old Apo was 50%.
So we're doing C now, I think, not F. C.
Yeah. So how do I get it from here? So this is the overview of the OCC.
Yeah. So I think we need to know what
you gotta go. You gotta go back again.
Competition. No, competitions tab. There.
Oh, you're in the league. Yeah. Competitions.
No.
Right.
Go back to where you
You
were.
can use my tool.
Yeah. No, go back here.
Later.
The top bar.
I'm clipping that.
Yeah.
The top
Competitions.
bar has tabs. Yes, competitions.
Yeah. Now what?
Oh, you can only see your own div.
Well, you can do join a competition. down.
No,
There we go. Okay. So who's next? C.
And then OCC. Yep. Well, you got to search. Yeah, there you go. OCCC.
Okay.
This is my div, isn't it?
This is yours, I think, Danton. Yes.
And
Yes.
Carmax.
All right. So this is OCC Seeding Group C, and we'll start again. Serial Killer. Do we know them? I don't think so.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
You heard of them?
I think they've played in OCC before. I think.
Maybe. I've got a terrible memory.
I've heard the coach and seen the coach around before. I don't remember if it was OCC or somewhere else, but I definitely recognize the name.
Okay, our first Noggle team, Festering Fantasies. They are
another long-term choice.
950. Well into the dedicated fans. Got 6 out of the 7 there. 2 rerolls. 3 bloaters, I think, unless he's hidden one. 3 bloaters.
Yeah.
Beast. 2 pests. What do we think?
A lot of
Interesting.
dedicated fans.
Yeah.
It's interesting though.
I mean, I guess he's saving up for the 4th bloater, right? And
I mean, I think
pests.
the main choices that you have are: do you start with the beast or not, or with the rot spawn or not?
I think without the dedicated fans, he could just fire a rotter and get the bloater.
Yeah, he could get the bloater.
Yeah.
Yeah, but by having that much invested in dedicated fans, he's looking to probably by game 3 have the bloater.
Yeah, but dedicated fans are easy. You just have to win games,
I don't like starting with 6 dedicated fans over your 4th bloater, to be honest.
Just win.
Yeah.
Just win.
Yeah.
Or if you wanted to start with a few extra, you could still drop 3 of those and start with 3 and get another pesty.
Yeah, I think I'd probably start without the beast potentially.
I think I'll start without the beast and get more pests where available. I think, but okay.
Yeah, you can start with.
I mean, how guys? How have Nurgle performed in the new rules at the beginning? I mean, they're famously terrible at the beginning,
They're
but
terrible. They're terrible in the beginning, but obviously they can build into a murder machine.
Yeah, they're pretty much the same as Blood Bowl.
yeah. So still need they're good. So good in 50 games. So is that what we're saying?
Yeah. Just
Back to
need
that.
more 50 games and
I mean, I was talking to a Khemri coach at Tabletop a couple of days ago, who's pretty good, and he was saying that in Blood Bowl 3 they're kind of the best similar like strength team to Khemri, where you know the effect of foul appearance has a similar effect to being strength 5. You know, like having a strength 4 foul appearance thing, having to roll both dice is kind of almost as bad as having to roll uphill a little bit. You know, does that make sense? And they are a positioning team that's pretty slow and don't have much agility. So there's an interesting comparison to make there.
Yeah, and the thing that changes in Blood Bowl 3 is that if you trigger foul appearance on a blitz, for example, the player stays where they are. They don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't actually move up
They
to
don't
them.
move, do they now?
No.
Yep.
Don't stand up if they're on the ground.
Yep,
Well, plus,
exactly.
you know, if you even if sometimes it's worse to be standing next to them, right? Because you're standing next to a claw mighty warrior, fail foul appearance. You know, guess what? Guess who's hitting you next turn?
Yeah, but you
Sometimes,
lose. Sometimes that's true, but you lose your movement, so you can't even. I mean, if you're
of course.
blitzing and you trigger that, your guy's done. He can't do
Yeah.
nothing.
Well,
And
for sure. If your whole turn depends on that blitz, then
Yeah.
obviously it
Yeah,
Yeah,
when-
absolutely.
when it's a key moment and that happens, you're in real trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
Annoying.
the thing I'm most afraid with this no redraft eternal format is that we're gonna eventually have the defensive guard, mighty blow, claw,
Yeah.
Nurgle teams that
Yep.
will just be impossible to fight against, basically. Because your guard will never work. They are strength 4 and
Tru-
5.
Trust in the casualty table.
Yeah, but
We'll see how that
Just
works
foul-
out.
Just
But-
foul them to death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, just beat them now when you can, basically. Okay.
And I can't remember. Does you don't have to roll foul appearance on a foul, do you?
No,
No,
In the new
I
rules.
don't think
Pretty
so.
sure you don't.
I heard something about tabletop having to roll, but I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure you don't.
oh, like the description says, when an opposition player declares a block action or special action against the player.
Oh,
No, but
But there- I think that means, like,
fouling
this-
is a different one. So yes,
Yeah, foul's not a
because
special action.
So does
special
that
action
mean
is like a chainsaw or a stab
or a hypno?
A
So
hypno.
You can
Or a
roll a
hypno.
one on a
Yeah.
hypno.
yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
has Eldril got Hypno yet? In this?
Yes.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
He has
I think
hypno,
it-
but it's fucked up.
Oh, doesn't work.
No, but I heard that they fixed it with this latest patch, didn't
No, they fixed bits of it, but it's still incorrect in a lot of
Yeah,
ways.
it's
So
supposed to
the
cancel everything.
yeah the
they? Oh, you mean it doesn't cancel all the skills? You mean?
no. The assists on the dice roll for a hypno don't work. So if you're standing next to more players, your dice roll gets easier, and if you're standing next to your own players, your dice roll gets worse. So you get negative assists for your own teams and positive assists for your enemy teams.
But you
Yeah,
know,
players.
Galentio, you need to give them some coding lessons.
But they fixed other bugs related to Hypnogaze before, so they're a step closer.
They're close.
But
They're on the
still-
way. Let's
Yeah, they're on
give them
the
the
way.
benefit of the doubt. They're on their way. Okay.
Yeah.
Not
All
my
right.
monkey, not my circus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Tlaxan Hualpec. Good enough. Again, known to us. Arcadia Raiders, Chaos Renegades, first Renegade team.
Ooh.
970. He's got the elf.
Oh.
He's got the troll. He's got the minotaur. He's got the ogre. The rest are linemen. So he's not got
no orc,
No
no,
orc.
no rat, no goblin.
no
Yeah.
rat, no goblin.
He's not playing Renegades as far as who cares
He's
about the three
he's
big
gone
guys.
No
four
thro-
dedicated
Yeah.
fans.
No thrower
So
either.
two things.
I remember
things
this
I would-
coach being a bash
No,
coach.
4 fans, 2
There are two-
rerolls.
Two things I would say about this team is first of all, the rat ogre to me is just way better than the minotaur.
I have to agree.
I would take
Yep.
the roger instead of the minotaur.
Yeah.
And then the other one is I think you have to take the orc and the skaven. lineman. Goblin you
Yeah.
can possibly take as well. But yeah, I
This
don't
this
like
team
just one.
this team screams I'm gonna go
I-
for bounty hunter.
I
This is a-
I don't agree about the Rat Ogre Minotaur choice
Okay,
I do.
why? So what's your reasoning?
because Renegades really suffer when they lose players, and having a player who eats your own players can be a real issue.
Well, that's why
And they-
that's why you need
That's
the,
why
that's
you
why
need the orc.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
need the orc
Armor 10.
babysitting the
Babysit.
Minotaur.
Yeah,
Babysitting the
but
Rat.
they're also they're not as agile as other Rat Ogre teams that can like make better are better at being able to choose whether there's someone next to the Rat Ogre or not, and with Underworld you can put Snotlings there or not put Snotlings there, and you can leave a bit of a gap. And with Rats as well, you kind of don't mind dodging linemen away to make sure that he's not eating your players. But with Renegades, they're just kind of they end up getting a bit caught up with them. I'm not saying that I think the Minotaur is better. I'm saying I understand it as a choice, and I do think you'll see more and more people taking the Minotaur.
But I think
as a
the
choice.
main question is it your main blitzing piece? Right. If it's your main blitzing piece, then the Rat Ogre just does the same job better.
Yeah.
And it's got
Guarantees blitz.
and it's got prehensile toe.
I mean, he guarantees blitz at the cost of 1 in 6 times eating your own player.
Yeah,
One
but
in
if that player's
six with having
if the
to
player's
break
an orc,
armor,
if the
having-
player's an orc, then it's not that likely he's going to break AV9.
Mm-hmm. If he's not.
But this is clearly I'm gonna try to murder your team, kind of.
I mean,
He didn't even go for the AV7 or the goblins because he might think that they're like weaklings in
Too
terms
weak.
of patch.
Yeah. It's a player
mean-
that'd be off the pitch too easy, and he wants all these players on the pitch to foul and hit.
Let's face it, Renegades are kind of bad, right? They're not a great team.
They're probably one of the worst. Yeah.
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 The OWA
but-
Imperial Nobility in Chaos Renegade triangle.
But they will have they will have. I mean, the nobility at least are I think a lot more consistent. This team will have games where it'll blow up other teams.
Yep.
But
And
it'll
it'll
have,
have
it'll have
games where it
more.
just
It'll
doesn't
have
do
more games where they're just a whole
Doesn't
series
work.
of failures.
Yep.
like-
I think he'll regret not getting the extra movement on the Skaven piece as well. I think that should be
Yeah.
what he's aiming towards, really. Getting that.
The Skaven piece is underrated.
Mm-hmm.
It just this build just makes the team a lot more predictable. Kind of
Okay.
loses flexibility.
Yeah, it loses the fun of having several different kind of players that can do different things.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Even the
Oh,
goblin
maybe.
is something that can be thrown, or it can get into places.
Yeah, maybe he's planning on adding those over time. I mean, maybe he's
Yeah.
planning on going to 14 or 15 man roster.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay. Okay. A guy I've never ever heard of in my life. Next, Panther. Don't know who this guy is. OZZ top. Shambling Undead. 990. He's
you can
gone
already tell
for
it's a standard
standard,
build.
yeah.
I mean,
exactly
we don't even
standard.
need to talk about it. We can talk more about Banter than the build. because-
Yeah.
It's the exact same build we've seen in the Undead in Division A.
I'll be-
it's
This
gonna
is,
be-
yeah, this is the correct build for Undead, basically.
Yeah,
Let's-
I'll be-
let's call
There's
it
not
that.
much.
I'd be amazed if there's much variation from this build if there's any other Undead teams we look at.
I think we will see some 2 rerolls,
Yeah,
3
three
ghoul teams.
Ghouls.
3 goal builds, yeah.
But that's
Yeah.
that's
Well,
about the
you know-
that's the
That's it,
extent of
isn't
the
it?
variation.
Yeah,
So all I would say is, it's more interesting to talk about Banter than the build. Banter obviously has
Well, that's
he's
nice.
won OCC before with vampires, I think.
Yeah.
Wait,
Um,
if you go 2 rerolls, you can get 4 ghouls. You can, can't you?
don't
Yeah,
think-
I think you can only get one more.
No, he's got 2 dedicated fans. You take away, so that's 10k, and
Ghouls are 75k.
a reroll
Oh, that-
70k, or is a reroll 60k?
No, there
Seven.
was this.
So you can make 80, which is enough to turn 2 of the zombies into.
The thing
ghouls.
with ghouls is that they're fragile, so
Yeah, but they've got.
Yeah, you could start with 4. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get
you
4
can
in, I
technically
think.
start with them, all of them. Yeah.
Okay, so
Hold on.
we'll see if anyone is willing to risk 4 as a possibility. But I
okay.
think 3 and 2 rerolls,
Anyway,
or 2 and
Panther
2 and 3.
Panther's a good experienced coach. He's taking Undead, which is one of the most solid teams you can take. So I would expect him to be challenging for top of the division.
You don't even have to drop the dedicated fan. You just have to drop the reroll and 2 zombies, and you get 2 goals.
No, I think you're short.
No, if the reroll's 70k.
Yeah. 70k. So you had 35. Oh yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, I
Yeah.
apologize. Yeah.
Ah, maths with Corn Knight now, is it?
Yeah, I got it wrong.
Yeah, but I still think the undead need the 3 rerolls at the start. to be honest.
I agree with that one.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that's the most solid build right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Over to you.
damn.
Talking of people we've never heard of.
Yeah. Who's this
I
guy?
don't know who this. Some random.
Go on then.
Well, this isn't this
so-
the same Black Hawk team we saw before, right?
It's exact. That's what I said. That's why I was
Yeah.
talking about it when we had the previous one. Like,
This one's got a troll, though.
So it does have a troll. So yeah, I mean, you know, I can talk about how I'm probably going to build them. So the Black Orcs, you know, I think you definitely want a couple to go kind of guard quickly. You want a couple to go block quickly. And then, you know, it's a case of, are you going to take maybe one with Mighty Blow quickly? But basically, you know, if you're going block...
That's a lot of quickly.
block-
Are you basically quickly getting all of them
No,
skills?
when I say quickly, like the first, you know, the first...
Yeah. The first
first
4
skill.
get a combination of guard and
Yeah.
block, and the last
obviously,
2 get
they basically all want to get, you know, block, guard, Mighty Blow at some
Yeah.
point. But like, it's a lot like building a dwarf team, right? I mean, you know, those are your 3 kind of core skills.
Yeah.
I mean,
Brawler.
except dwarves start with block on everyone, and then they take guard.
Yeah,
and then some-
obviously. And you're gonna, I mean, and we don't have tackle, so you're gonna have to fit tackle in at least on 2 of them probably.
The ones
yeah.
the ones that I would go, because I've played quite a few Black Orc teams already, and I agree with you. I like the block guard and then maybe 1 or 2 with Mighty Blow at first. But the ones that go guard block first, at least for 2 or 3 of them, I like to get stand firm as the third instead of Mighty Blow and have them on the corners of the
I
line.
mean, you say that, but how many of them level get to the 3rd skill after?
Well, that's
guard?
why this is the
Starting
long
with guard,
They do,
slows
they do.
It's
down
a long
so much.
game.
They do,
Um,
Yeah,
I've
they
had
do, but
I've had all
slows
6
down.
at 4 skills or more on one of my teams. So
So
I
bet-
what I think is, I think that the Black Orcs, that, you know, it's fairly standard how you build them. The order you take the skills probably, you know, is what will vary, but they're
Yeah.
all going to be look very similar after 4 or 5.
Can I just make one retort to that, which is, like that, you know, getting 4 skills on them might be like a ladder team that you play to 30 games or something.
yeah,
But-
absolutely.
But you know, in this league, I'm assuming all of our intentions is to be in champs, or at least, you know, the 1st division
Yeah,
after
Tier
1
1 or
season.
champs.
So you know, how good is the
Well-
team going to be after 9 games? Is the
Well,
question.
well, I said, you know, previously, I'm not taking Black Orcs expecting to be in champs.
in champs, yeah. You're playing for the
Um,
long run, and if you happen to do
I-
good with them, then
I'd be
That's great.
happy with like mid-table, to be honest.
Yeah.
Don't-
You know,
don't
just
I
forget-
think-
focus on developing the team, basically.
yeah. And I think with where you were getting ready to go with the ordering of the skills on the Black Orcs is what really is, you know, up to you and your prerogative how you feel. But for me, I'm more inclined to take a couple of guards, and maybe even a Mighty Blow or 2 before I do the block, just because of the brawler. It kind of gives you that
What's
little bit of a
interesting-
safety there.
Yeah. What's interesting though is, like, normally, you know, teams that go for an early Mighty Blow on a strength access piece, you know, like, for example, I don't know, it could be Chaos, it could be Nurgle, whatever it
Mhm.
is.
Yep.
What's interesting here is that, you know, like the brawler doesn't work on the blitz, right? So
Right. Or
yeah,
on defense.
almost you want the one with block to be the main blitzing piece.
Yep.
I mean, basically,
Because-
the really interesting thing about blocks is those 2 skills don't really work on blitzes, right? You can't choose to grab anywhere, and you can't brawl on
Yeah.
blitzes.
Yep.
And,
Absolutely.
and so yeah, I agree with Danton. I like them. I like people talk about, oh, should you go block everywhere? Oh, should you go guard everywhere? And actually, the answer is you should have a smattering of everything, right? You know,
Yep.
1 block, 1
Yeah.
guard,
Don't
1
mix
white
it
bow,
up.
1 block, 1 guard, white bow.
Don't you
Yeah.
miss tackle at some point, basically?
I mean,
well-
you definitely need tackle, right? But
Yeah.
I mean, because you can chain hits with the grab, then, you know, you can get
It
maybe
makes
roll
tackle
quite a-
not as necessary.
You can maybe roll a lot of dice, you know, against a blodger more than you normally would.
And
so-
brawler
so-
means more powers as well, right?
I mean,
Brawler
would
is
you?
Yeah,
is like
and
a 10%
actually,
increase in powers.
And to me, like, you know, some people might think, oh, why would you give it block because you got brawler or whatever? I mean, you know, as the first skill, right? But it makes brawler so much better having block because suddenly, you know, those situations where you've got like both down and something else, you know, well, obviously if it's both down skull.
Or
If it's both down skull, if it's both, if it's two both downs, then you can safely use brawler with block.
Yes.
And it's giving you that, you know, win more sort of factor that
I do like.
Escalates it.
Yeah, and I do like what you were mentioning earlier with one being your blitzer, having that person be. I would, the one that I make my blitzer, I would probably forego guard with, and get the block tackle, and then maybe mighty blow third.
Yeah, or you could go
then look at guard.
Block mighty. You could go block mighty blow.
But yeah,
basically.
You want that one tackle piece at least, though, and that's typically going to be your blitzer.
Yeah.
Yeah, block would be your first one for sure.
But also they're slow. You kind of need two of them. You kind of need two block players because you want one on either flank to mop up things essentially. While
it's also possible. Now I haven't done this myself, but it's also possible to get Dauntless on a goblin and make them your blitzer.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that. Is it insane to build a goblin bruiser lineman blitzer?
So I was gonna say that this is very similar to the skinks what we were talking about earlier. I'm definitely going random
generals. Yeah.
Random general on all of the goblins for a skill, and then you just, you know, either you just recycle or then that dictates the player that you
how you build the player out. Yeah.
I mean, in terms of the first skills, there's almost no bad random generals for goblins.
Yeah.
Like
even
shadowing, you know, if you go sidestep and then you go, you know, you can still make a really annoying player, right?
Well, and even something like, I mean, sure hands is like amazing as well.
Yeah.
On a goblin, or block wrestle,
or
they're
block.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, tackle strip ball, even they're like useful. That, you know, that you'd be surprised like how useful they can be in a team which doesn't have, which you know your Black Orcs aren't getting kind of tackle quickly. But what's really interesting is something like Frenzy. Frenzy normally on a strength 2 stunty, you're thinking, oh, that's horrible. But, you know, suddenly with all the grab and everything else, you can get into situations where, you know, it's a frenzy that they just don't see coming kind of thing. You know,
a Frenzy Goblin and 6 Black Orcs with grab and
guard.
Yeah,
exactly. So, suddenly it's not that bad.
Don't forget that the champion of season 1 of the ladder was a Black Orc team, which with 6 legendary Black Orcs basically.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, they can build into a massive powerhouse team, but I at the same time, what I like about them is that they have very marked inherent weaknesses. Right? It's not a team that is, you know, that is easy to build or easy to develop.
Underworld.
You go against a Black Orc team that's got 6 Black Orcs that have 5 skills. Oh man, that's just nasty.
Yeah, it's painful.
You're gonna ruin your day.
And then,
I mean, to be fair, the last time that happened, I got Morg and killed them all. So
that's the thing.
And the troll. I mean, the troll. You know, do you save up for block? I guess you probably do. Maybe take guard first.
That's the thing with not having matchmaking in these kind of private leagues. People will randomly take Morg and murder teams.
Yeah.
You know, you could just have fun with the troll and just take Brawler first and make it a Brawler full team.
Yeah,
Brawler Goblins.
That sounds optimal. So what do you think? You haven't talked about my color scheme, Ethel. I thought you would have been zooming in on that.
Oh, that's Ethel's job to look at the.
I've got nothing to add on the actual strategy or tactics of the game, so I just look at the colours. Well, yeah, I mean, it's a bit. If you don't mind
the troll looks badass. I gotta say.
Yeah.
It looks good.
It's quite literally fire.
Yeah, I like the suns.
Yeah,
that's a good scheme.
Yeah.
Is that colours that you Is that any particular reason behind the colours, Danton, or is it a football team?
No, not at all. I was just kind of looking around at different options.
Orcs with flames, innit?
Yeah.
Well, they're suns, actually, aren't they? I think.
You know. Yeah. Actually, the main color is actually yellow on the team, but because you know you can do the pattern that's sort of inverted, that's why you know, it's made it red as the main color. Sort of.
Yeah, it's
Wait.
how it allocates the colours when you do the customization is a bit weird, isn't it? It's like the second colour is the main one often on the model.
Well,
Yeah.
no, because it depends on the pattern as well. Because
Oh, right,
there
okay.
are patterns. There are patterns that will invert the colors. Like
Yeah.
this case.
Okay, fair enough.
Here,
So-
if I had like a normal without the pattern, the shirt would be yellow.
Right.
I'm kind of sad that the goblins don't really have that much yellow. Have they got brown shirts? What's the kind of?
It's like a
Yeah,
jerkin.
you can't
thing,
change. You
isn't it?
can't change. You can't change the color of the shirt. It's just dark brown
Ah.
leather, which is kind of annoying.
And you don't have any armor for them yet.
Well, I got
Well-
the brutal edition, so I have some cosmetics, but what I like with the cosmetics is not going like overboard, sort of at the start. I like kind of adding cosmetics as players
As they
up to
level.
kind of,
Yeah.
yeah,
They've got to earn it, right,
differentiate.
Danton?
Exactly. I've given the troll most of the cosmetics because I just think he looks badass. But
He
and there's
does.
Yeah,
only one
he
troll,
definitely
so
looks badass for
yeah,
sure.
you're not going to differentiate the troll from a different troll, so you might as well give him most of the stuff. But the black orcs definitely, like, to give them a nice kind of head or whatever, they have to earn it.
Okay.
I'd hate to punch that troll.
Yeah, I think it'd hurt, wouldn't it? I think. All right.
Dakaman.
Dakaman next. He's orcs. Dat orcs.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
There's
known
some
to
people
us.
who will just play the same race for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, 1 million. Apo. 1 fans. 2 rerolls. No troll.
He's gone
everything
full-
else.
Everything's the
medium.
same as the other one, except for he took the lineman instead of the
Yeah.
goblin.
All armor 10, which
Some
fine.
some mad lads will argue that it's better to take sure hands on a lino and make it a thrower.
Yeah.
Because it's AV10.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and it's not
Yeah.
got animosity,
Yeah.
and
Well,
you're not
it
going to be
does-
passing
it does-
anyway, right?
It does have animosity, but
Yeah.
it's animosity to other orc linemen, I think, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So he can actually hand off to a blitzer.
That's mental.
The liners are better at passing than the thrower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the blitzer's animosity all team the same as the thrower.
Well, I guess the fluff reason is the blitzers
But-
are like the knobs, aren't they? So they're like the top guys, so they don't want to pass to anyone. And the
But everyone likes
linemen,
them,
would pass to a blitzer because they want to be
Yeah.
seen as better,
Yeah.
right?
and also they'll pass to a big one because they're scared of them
Yeah.
getting crumped.
Crumped.
And the big end
Yeah,
will
that
not
is
give it
worth
to
it.
any other big end.
Yeah. This is a rowdy team. That's what I'm going to say. Going all armor
Yeah,
10.
He hasn't changed the color scheme.
Oh, let's have a look.
No.
Sorry.
That is the default orc color scheme.
Yeah. That is definitely the default.
I mean,
The flag didn't change on the background.
yeah. Come
Yeah,
on,
no,
Dakaman,
but-
get that changed.
When I'm looking, no, the flag doesn't change because it shows. So like mine was showing the last team that I looked at, which was my
Right.
own rats
You know,
for a second.
you know actually
Just
what you know what is going to be interesting.
go out and come back in again. The flag will change.
You know what's going to be interesting in terms of Blood Bowl 3 compared to Blood Bowl 2 is the fact that you can change the names of the players.
Team
at
name,
any
yeah,
point.
players'
Yeah,
names.
that's
Change-
good.
You can change the team name. You can change the colors. You can literally have a completely different team
Week to
from
week.
one game to the next. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can even. I mean, how is the league? How are the leagues going to handle the team name being completely changed?
They'll probably have to enforce that you can't change it
Yeah.
during the season. It's no problem for my website because I do
Because
it
it's
via
an
IDs,
ID. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
an
players got
ID,
IDs, I guess. Okay, Fantas next.
Ah,
Again, known to
first
us.
Skaven team.
First Skaven team. I'm getting quite fond of Skaven. I've got to be honest. Preston Norend. I think Fantas is from the northwest, so that would make sense.
Yeah.
He's
is.
gone for 990, 3 rerolls, 2 fans, all 4 gutters, both throwers. That's
Yeah.
perhaps controversial,
So
and
basically,
two
basically
blitzers.
no row.
3 line. No, so no roger. Yeah.
I two throwers.
Two.
You
I mean,
know.
2 throwers is the only question mark from me. But
Yeah, I'm not sure on the 2 throwers.
Like it's 35k difference. Like what would you do with that 35k if you weren't putting on thrower?
yeah, I mean, save up for an Apo.
I mean, the other if you're not going rogue,
Yeah, save it for the
app.
Apo. You get the Apo in the second game.
you could go 3 gutters and 12 players if you're not starting with a rogue. Or
Yeah,
a
when you
Three
get to
three
four-
Gus is an interesting idea. That's
Yeah.
a strong choice.
But
Yeah.
the problem is when you get to 4 catchers of anything, you can only protect 3 of them at most. The 4th will get exposed most of the time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I mean,
like starting with 3.
He's basically getting one of those throwers blitzed every kickoff, right?
I mean, like if one rat gets removed, one of those throws is going on the LOS.
Yeah.
This is the thing that in Blood Bowl 2, the throwers were 70k, right? Now they cost exactly the same as a gutter.
Yeah,
I mean, but they are better.
they are better.
Oh
at
yeah,
casting.
Two plus
they
throw?
are.
Yeah, they are better.
They are better at doing one thing, which is passing the ball. So it's still a limited
Yeah.
thing.
They're gonna end up on the LOS and they're gonna get murdered.
So
That's a
it's a
team
big,
that's
it's a
gonna get
big.
efficient.
It's a
Ooh,
big
I don't mind. I
investment.
don't mind getting the second thrower, but only after you're
no.
at 13 or
Yeah.
14 players.
Yeah, much
I'm
later.
not getting a second thrower at the start.
Not at the start.
Too
Yeah,
risky.
absolutely.
Nice scheme. I like the blue.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say I like the color scheme as well.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. Color scheme's cool.
Yeah, that looks nice. As far as you can see it in the pitch, that's another story.
Yeah, that's not.
It's blue.
It's blue. Okay, cool. Who's up next? It is
Carmack,
MB
the
Carmack.
Everton reserves. He's no longer the gaping more of a vagina or something.
No,
What was
No, I
it?
think he's learned his lesson.
uh,
But he is
Everton-
chaos again.
Chaos.
But he's
Going
still
with what he
chaos.
knows.
Everton reserves OCC.
It's actually the first chaos team we've seen.
Yeah, first chaos team. 20k in the
Oh
bank.
my god, he's starting with a
980,
Minotaur.
2
Oh no, an ogre.
rerolls.
Start with
No, he
that.
started with the ogre.
Yeah,
One
yeah.
I
fight.
like the action because Minotaur's kind of bad. Ogre's kind of good, right?
Yeah, I think Ogre's
Yeah,
better,
yeah,
isn't
yeah.
he?
Ogre
All
is
round.
better.
Oh, I would definitely rather have an ogre than.
What do you think about the troll?
I think the troll is. I think if you maybe in a resurrection tournament where the TV sort of fits, for a specific build, the troll
I-
makes sense. But I
I
don't
think-
think I'd take it in a league.
I think you can start with the troll and 4 blockers.
But 2
Yeah,
rerolls.
but you have to babysit the troll.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the problem with the ogre. You don't have to have anybody there for an assist,
Yeah, I mean, yes, but then you just
and
leave
it's
them behind,
one
you know.
move plus.
He's just gonna roll a 1 anyway.
And
Yeah.
a block claw ogre is very scary.
Yeah,
Ogre is-
don't forget
is-
primary
is-
access for the
Yep.
Ogre.
The mutation.
Yeah, yeah.
Mutations.
It's a decent. It's a decent piece. For sure.
It's nice. I mean, the only thing I say about the new Chaos teams is that blockers don't look as hard as the old ones. I like the old ones
They-
in BB2. They look
They're,
much
they're a bit skinny.
bit
They
skinny,
look-
aren't
yeah.
they?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're more hulking. I mean, to me, the best ones BB1. The BB1 Chaos blockers are
But
amazing.
look at those abs, you know.
That's pretty good.
definitely rocking the 6-pack. That's for sure.
And I suppose you want to show that off, right? If that was yours.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'd be going topless as much as possible if I look like that.
But yeah, Carmack has been playing in the ladder and practicing his chaos in Blood Bowl 3. I think possibly since fairly early on. So I think he might do quite well.
And it's interesting that there's Karmark and Stalberg in the same league.
Yeah, both with chosen, both with Chaos.
Yeah. That'd be a good matchup, that one. Okay, Baramosa. The name rings a bell. I'll be honest with you, but I can't recall if I've played
No,
them.
I don't know.
Either.
Maybe not. I don't know. Drunken Disorderly Orc Team.
The team name Drunken Disorderly sounds familiar, but that might just be other reasons.
Okay,
He's a
4
level 4
Okay.
level 4 coach.
Yeah, he's gone for a slightly different Orc build,
Yep.
but a good one, in my opinion, still. 995, one,
Wow.
one fan, one reroll.
One reroll.
Yeah, one reroll.
Apo. Okay, maybe.
The choice
reversing.
of Apo over Fan on an AV10 team is
bold.
definitely bold. Yes.
Yeah.
Very, very bold.
It's got the Goblin Troll combo, which I like, but yeah, it's one
Definitely.
Yeah.
reroll, man. That's going to be some nervous.
Yeah, my initial gut
Games.
feeling is maybe inexperienced coach who's
Perhaps.
maybe not gone with the optimal build.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But because of the Apo reroll choices, the team list is fine, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, orcs you can't go too wrong, right? I mean, unless you're kind of taking 2 throwers or something random.
4 goblins,
yeah.
a troll, and no blitzers.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's,
yeah.
I mean, there are some. As long
One
as you take-
troll, one troll, one blitzer, all goblins.
if you're taking 4 black big guns, 4 big
Yeah.
guns and 4 blitzers, then you can't really go wrong with the rest of it.
No,
Yeah.
but one reroll, that's going to be painful.
Yeah, I
Interesting
don't
names
like
also.
the one reroll.
Well, one reroll when you could have had 2 by not having an Apo. The Apo we have discussed is terrible. Then yes.
Okay, well, good luck, Baramosa.
Wait, color scheme.
Oh,
maybe,
sorry.
Maybe he'll make it up with you know,
Okay,
with having a pretty team.
we haven't seen the glowing hand yet, have we?
Well, what you mean?
It's,
So the glowing
it's
there is a
Black Orc.
glowing hand on orcs, but you do have to pay a tenner for it.
Yeah.
So if we
Like,
see it, if we see,
I have glowing hands for my Black Orc team, but I'm not giving them
Yeah.
until
Yeah.
players level.
The whale hand.
See, that's a proper goblin. He's got proper armor on.
oh
that one.
no, he's put the extra armor on some of it on his big guns.
Yeah.
His big guns actually have different armor. Each of them is an
Mhm.
individual, in fact.
But he hasn't changed the color scheme.
Oh, and the blitzers as well. Blitzers all different.
Same colour scheme.
That is a different colour scheme, isn't it? Isn't the grey different from the base? I mean, it's still red,
Mm,
but orcs are going to
no.
always play in red, aren't they? Given the chance, I guess.
I think it's the same color scheme, but he's
Right.
maybe spent a bit of money on cosmetics.
oh no, he's level 4, so he probably hasn't earned the cosmetics through the Bloodblast. Okay, fine. Yeah,
All right.
he's actually bought cosmetics.
Next one is first human team, Darkwing, Blitzberg. Again, we know Darkwing. Played with
Yep.
him before.
have to go
Danton, you're the human expert, I guess. So
Well, Galentio's played a lot of humans as well.
yeah, it's true.
I mean, this is the right human build, isn't it? Essentially.
Let's let Galentio speak. So Galentio, go ahead.
No, I was just like, we had to grow to a forest of knobs to get to humans.
And this team is
Uh,
like so much better.
I don't. I'm never. I never liked having the 2 caches at the start. To be honest, I like
Okay, cool.
to have
I
the
like-
3
I like-
rerolls. I
Wait,
only
wait,
had
color
1
scheme.
thrower.
Are you talking
Color scheme is
from?
nice.
Are you talking about Blood Bowl 2 experience or Blood Bowl 3 experience?
Both.
Because catchers now are your dirty
Go to
player,
followers.
They are fouling
yeah,
pieces.
and having 2 of them means you build 1 blodging.
Yeah, but they're
Yeah.
armor AV8 plus also, so they're a bit more fragile.
They are.
But
They
just
are
a
more.
pet
They
peeve
are
of
more
mine.
fragile. Yeah. I mean, I think it's hard to know how many optimally, like as you develop, how many catches you want, but maybe 3 at the most when you're like higher TV. But yeah,
Yeah.
starting off, I'm not sure
Yeah,
if I'd
but
start
I
with
would
2.
I would say humans are bashier in Blood Bowl 3 than Blood Bowl 2, especially with
Yeah.
the fouling changes. So
Mm.
Yeah.
they can easy like the blitzes have all strength access to mighty blow and stuff, and sneaky git is
Yeah.
easily accessible also now.
But I think because of the fouling, you want one of the catchers to be a fouler, which means
Yeah.
you're kind of. This is effectively a 1 catcher build, right? This is a 1 fouler, 1 catcher build.
I've seen builds where they take both sneaky git and dirty player and 2 catchers, and then have another for catcher.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds
Yeah.
good. I mean, it's surprising how much you can get for. I mean, this is 970 TV. You got everything you need and 3 rerolls and a big guy. I mean, that's a pretty good start, isn't it? I'd say.
Yep.
Well, that's
It's it's what makes knobs look bad, right?
Yep.
and you got
Yeah.
30k in the bank.
I would say a Nov team probably has a bit of an edge over a human team, just because they have more wrestle and they
And
can
stand
control the
firm, and
pitch
they're a
better.
bit more annoying. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. But apart from that, humans are just playing better, basically.
Okay.
Humans,
Especially the
humans
thrower.
They've just built better, I think.
Again, I'm duty bound to say I like the colours because they're close to Wolves colours.
Yeah. I like it.
And it's always
Yeah,
good.
that is actually a choice, right? That's not the default colours.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, there's been some thought gone into it.
everyone defaults to red or blue. I think not defaults, but there's a lot of red and blue teams. So to see a non-red and blue team is always nice as well.
Are you using the colorblind option?
No.
There's a colorblind option. You press one key,
Yeah,
and one team is red and one team is blue. You know
yeah.
that, right?
Yeah.
I've used that.
Sometimes I use it.
That's good for
That's
mirrors.
not only. It's not only for colorblind. It's
It's
also
for
if both,
mirror
if
matches.
both teams, both teams have the same color scheme, and like orcs versus orcs, they're both exactly the same.
Yeah.
That's what it's meant for. There in the settings, there's actually the true colorblind settings.
Sorry, I know it's not really colorblind. I just used the word because could be another way of
When the
describing it.
models are very similar, you kind of have to use it also.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You're-
it makes a difference for sure.
Frankly, I actually don't find it very helpful. I still find it really hard to tell the teams apart when one's red and one's blue anyway, just because the mess
But
of things going on.
you
on the
actually
screen.
are colorblind, is what you're telling us.
yeah.
And that is actually plausible too.
You want to get your cones and rods checked, my friend.
Yeah.
All right, and the
Well,
last.
Technically, it would be his cones because
Right,
his
thank you.
rods are not used for color.
My rods,
this is an
my-
interesting build.
my rods are fine.
Your
thank
rods
you
are
very
fine.
much.
Well, you got a child, haven't you? Okay, so
Yes.
Wait till you see this build.
yeah.
Ooh.
So Starbugs Chaos build. He's
Four
gone
rerolls.
4 rerolls.
Yeah.
Well, don't forget
Level-
Starberg was the passing Chaos team,
It's
wasn't he?
bloody Starberg, yeah.
Yeah.
Level 15, basically because he hasn't played much Blood Bowl 3, but we know he's played
Yeah.
a lot of Blood Bowl
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
Is that the typo on the team name?
Love cross choosing.
Choosing.
so,
Yeah.
maybe. Who knows?
At least he can change it if he
Yeah,
wants to.
Yeah.
Stalberg, well-known
But,
I mean,
super basher coach.
but you know, is he memeing people with this start, or what's he doing?
but I mean, like we describe him as a super bashy coach, but he
No, he's
He-
a
yeah, did
passing
he have-
Chaos, right? That's what he was.
had the Agi 6 thrower and the like on a chaos team, right? He had
Yeah.
Agi 6 pass as a choice on a chaos team, and then
Also
Back up.
4 rerolls. I'm sorry.
yeah, exactly. So he's like,
He's going to be passing with
he's-
his team, I can guarantee it.
yeah,
He's going to be having fun with it for
Yeah.
sure.
Yep.
he played really bashy chaos at the beginning of Blood Bowl 2, got bored, made lots of crazy choices, realized it's
You
bad,
know-
but kind of lent into it and carried on doing it for like the rest.
You know
of
what?
Blood
You
Bowl
know what this is going to do? What he's going to do with this team? He's probably going to random everything on Beastman.
Oh,
2. Yeah, no, that
Yeah,
makes total
100%.
sense. Right, wait. And when you say random, you don't mean random general, do you? You mean random mutation
Yeah.
or possibly
Just-
random strength. Well, those are going to be his
He might
two-
mix
two
it. He might
categories.
mix and match a little bit, but he's
Yeah.
definitely going to be randoming everything.
it's
I
gonna
think
be
he'll
a
go random
rainbow skill team.
Yeah,
Random
it's going to be a
mutation
crazy
first.
team.
I think he's going to random at least one on passing as well, I reckon.
Oh, and an agility random as well. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
you're right.
yeah, he's going to go all over the place. This is going to be a fun one to watch through the seasons.
This is the anti Carmack, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Carmack will 100% make all the right choices and do everything exactly by the book perfectly.
The cookie cutter build, yeah.
and,
cookie
and,
cutter.
then, and then get
and,
diced.
and Starberg will do the stupidest possible like
and win games and like
yeah,
crazy because just you
outside
don't
of the
expect it.
game. Yeah.
Well, he did. I think he did make the champs a couple of times, but he was.
Yeah.
I don't think he was ever really competing for winning
Yeah,
the
but
title with that team.
the thing is, he does things like stupid builds, but he makes use of the things he gets, right? And that's the important thing.
He's not
Yeah.
a bad coach.
We always
But-
talk about the meta of building, right?
And
But
he also has I think he still has the player with the most SPP ever, right? With that bloody Chaos Warrior who's well over 400 SPP now.
yeah. Anyway,
Okay. Right,
quick,
which
let's
groups?
move on to